Hey guys, Heather Alessa Mason here, or Chris to most of you. Um, I'm kind of just gonna give you guys like an update about what's going on, and this is my second time recording this video because the first time I did it, I had the video completely done. It was edited, it looked pretty, and then when I played it, it was glitching like crazy. Like, I would be talking normally, and then suddenly there would be a fluctuation in my voice, and I would start to sound like this. It was really weird. So I was not going to put the video up like that, and decided to just re-record the whole thing because I do not want to sound like Darth Vader. So, yeah, first things first, I realized that I haven't put up any more Silent Hill 2 videos. I have a good reason for that. I've been traveling pretty much all over Nevada. I went to Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and then just last week, or the week before that, rather, I had to go to Reno and take care of some stuff there, so I've been going like all over the place. I have not had any time whatsoever. And when I booted up my computer earlier, I have two computers. A desktop, which I am currently on right now, and my laptop, which I use for everything else, just browsing the internet and whatnot. My desktop computer, I guess, decided to try and suicide itself, and somehow I got like 8 million viruses. I don't know how it happened, and I am exaggerating. 8 million viruses would be destruction. Like, my computer would probably implode if I had that many. But, excuse me, I have all these viruses suddenly, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to reset my computer back to its original factory settings. It will make it so that it runs faster, but the con to this is that I will lose everything on here. And that's fine, because I've had to reset this computer back to its original factory settings a few times already, so I'm used to it now. And, you know, what's going to happen is, when I say I'm going to lose everything, I mean I'm going to lose everything, meaning all of the videos that I've recorded are going to be gone. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Sorry. I've been drinking water and for some reason it's hurting my stomach. So, all those videos are going to be gone. But what I'm going to do is, hopefully once I reset this computer, it will, you know, run faster in favor of uploading too. So, I will probably start up a brand new Silent Hill 2 file again, and I'll just pick up where I left off in my last video. I know there's only like 2 or 3 videos, I think it's 2, that I uploaded, and what I'll do is I'll just pick up where I left off and keep recording. I know I'm going to have to do the apartments all over again. Excuse me. I made it to the hospital in my Let's Play, and then my computer was like, oh hell no, and just broke. So I can't deal with that. And I don't really have a problem with re-recording the Silent Hill 2 videos, because what it all boils down to is, in the original videos, which you have not seen because they're not up, I got majorly lost in the apartment buildings. Somewhere along the way I forgot to do a very important cutscene or whatnot, and I was lost for like a good 15 minutes, just running in circles around the apartment complex. And when I finally figured out what the hell I did wrong, I wanted to like smack myself because I felt so stupid. So it'll actually be a good thing to be able to re-record those and not get incredibly lost in such an easy part of the game. Especially the beginning of the game, no less. And I call myself a Silent Hill fan. Huh. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to record for a few weeks. I'll be too busy. There is some stuff going on. Basically what it boils down to is I'm going to be moving to Las Vegas, and when I get down there in a couple weeks, I'm going to be attending bartending school. So once I graduate, it's a 2-week course, but once I graduate there, I'll get my bartending license, and I will be able to get a job, and they help you with the job placement, so it'll be pretty simple. And with the amount of bars in Las Vegas, it is crazy. So hopefully I'll be able to get, something decent out there. So I'm going to be fairly busy with that. I'm not going to be able to record for I don't know how long, a few weeks, a month maybe, I'm not sure. But I will try and update as much as possible. And, keep you guys informed about what's going on, when I'll be able to start recording again, and, all that stuff. Hopefully it won't take that long. In the process of that, once I do get a job down there, I want to get an HD PVR, because I want my videos to be pretty. And while my webcam can record fairly decent quality videos, it doesn't please me to have to resort to using my webcam for everything. And so I'd rather get like an HD PVR and make my videos pretty. So there's a little bit of info on that. Once I do finish Silent Hill 2, I'll start up Silent Hill 3. And Silent Hill 3 is a much shorter game than Silent Hill 2. Especially if you're the type of person that can breeze through that shit like it's nothing, and you know exactly where to go, what to pick up, what the puzzle solutions are. It's easy, and it's short. There's only like 4 or 5 main areas of the game before the end of the game, and then you're like done like that. So I'll do that, but I'm not going to do a speed run. I'll take my time with it. I'll have fun with it. I'm not going to be like, hey, here's a speed run. No. While I have attempted speed runs before, they're not really my thing, because I like to take my time with video games. That's just the type of person that I am. So expect Silent Hill 2 and 3. I recently bought Homecoming. I haven't played most of it. I think I only played the beginning of it, and that was a few years back, like around the time it first came out, and I just recently got it again. So I'll probably play around with that a little bit, figure everything out, and then maybe I'll do a playthrough of that as well at some point in time. But I'm gonna give like a lineup of some videos that I want to have for the future. Once I get Silent Hill 2 and 3 done, hopefully by then I will have an HD PVR. And what I want to do is I want to upload some Dead Island Riptide gameplay. I got it on launch night, and it's been about like a week or so now, maybe just a little bit longer than that since it came out. And still, there is like no one on my friends list on Xbox that has this game. So I've been trying to play this game solo, and I can't even hardly find anybody random on, like a lobby or anything to play with. It seems like no one likes this game anymore. When the first Dead Island came out, it was like much more popular, and I think it was because it was a fresh new zombie title. Nobody ever heard of it before, and a lot of people had so much fun on it. Well, Dead Island Riptide comes out. I go to the launch. First and foremost, I'm the only female there. I'm the first person in line, and I'm the first person walking out the door with my game. Well, of course, around 10 after midnight, all these people start showing up. And I'm the only female, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest, because the last 2 or 3 launches that I went to, I was the only female at those too. And I live in a really small town, so I think that, you know, the odds of me being one of the only very few female gamers in this town, I would not be entirely surprised. So, yeah. If I can find a co-op partner to play some Dead Island Riptide with, I would like to upload some gameplay videos of it. And, you know, just for fun. I mean, I don't want to do a full-on playthrough because that would take forever. Oh my god. So, yeah. Hopefully I can get some of that done, and I'll have an HD PVR at the time, which means the videos will be a lot prettier than they are now. Another game that I really want to do, but I will wait until I for sure have an HD PVR. This is a game that I have beaten back to back about 5 or 6 times now. I'm so addicted to this game that I could play the story over and over and over again, and it doesn't bother me because it's just that fun. Game I'm talking about is the Tomb Raider reboot. Excuse me. I love this game. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of the original Tomb Raider series. There were a lot of problems that I had with the game. So I couldn't really get into it. And, you know, when they had announced this Tomb Raider reboot, you know, everybody was freaking out and being excited for it, and I wasn't. Because I was like, oh, it's Tomb Raider. Yeah, not my thing. Well, due to my friends pestering me over and over to get it, I finally broke down and I got myself a copy of it. Well, when I started the game, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. This seems pretty awesome. I'll give this a shot. Let's see what happens. So I played through the whole game and I beat it. And I was like, wow, that was incredible. This game is the shit. And I went back and I started another file and I played it again and I beat that file. And I did that consecutively over the course of, you know, since the day I got the game, which was maybe a month and a half ago, maybe a little bit more. And I've just been having a blast with the game. But I want to do a playthrough of it and I want to upload it onto YouTube, but I want to make sure that I have a better recording device so that, you know, it captures the beauty of the environment, the way the graphics look, how awesome and detailed everything is. And I want it to be in HD, you know, I want it to be nice. So I'm not going to do that until I know I will have an HD PVR. And for those that already know who I am, you guys know that at one point on my old channel before I shut it down, I had a Final Fantasy 13 Let's Play in progress. Well, you guys also know that I stopped that Let's Play. What had happened was, I think I was on the 2nd or 3rd disc. Sorry, I'm smoking a cigarette. And I made it to a very key point in the story. So, I got to this key point, I fought the major boss fight, I had it recorded. The night that I went to go and start editing these videos, the videos were gone. They were gone. It was just like they up and disappeared. And I don't know what happened, if maybe I forgot to hit the record button after I stopped my last video, or if it did record the video, but my computer spazzed out and somehow deleted it. I have no idea what happened. Point being, I could not find these videos. So I got really discouraged because I was extremely far in the game and I was doing really, really well. But then, you know, losing such an important part of the story like that, it made me not want to finish it, so I didn't. And then shortly after that, I shut down my YouTube channel. Now, what I want to do is I want to restart that Let's Play of Final Fantasy 13. Now, a lot of you guys know that I am not a Final Fantasy fan by any means whatsoever. However, when I started playing Final Fantasy 13 for the first time, I found myself incredibly drawn into the game. The story, the graphics, everything. It just sucked me right in. It was like a black hole for me. I could not stop playing it. And so, excuse me, I played the crap out of that game. And I fell in love with it. It was just an amazing game for me. I thought it was great. And a lot of people didn't like it, but I fell into the category of, one of the fangirls that did like it. So, when people are like, oh, hey, do you like Final Fantasy? And I say no. However, I do highly enjoy the 13 story in the series. I get judged all the time, but that's fine. To each their own. I mean, I'm not expecting people to agree with me, not by any means, no. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the 13 story. So what I want to do is, when I do have a better recording device, in order to capture the beautiful story and the graphics and the scenery of Final Fantasy 13 as well as Tomb Raider, I'll start that back up. I also want to do Final Fantasy 13 2. Now, while that game drives me to the brink of insanity, I still love it. I think it's a great game. It's fun, and, it's cool. But it doesn't focus enough on my favorite character, which is a disappointment. But hopefully by that time, if I've got these Let's Plays done and finished, hopefully by that time, Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns will be out, or close to being out, and then I can do a playthrough of that as well. So I want to do the entire 13 story and upload it on YouTube. So that's one thing that I'm looking forward to doing. Another thing that I've been wanting to do for a while is I want to upload music, just random songs onto YouTube. The only drawback to that is I'm going to have to write an essay, a disclaimer pretty much, saying that, I don't claim the song as my own, I don't own the band or anything like that, so I don't get copyright claims against me, because that would just be very unfortunate. And I just want to do that, because you never know when, someone will be looking for a song, and hey, maybe they'll click on mine. Maybe I'll get likes or something, I don't know. But one of the reasons why I want to upload music is so I have a quick, easy way to, listen to music if for some reason I don't want to go on my media player stuff to listen to it. You never know. So I want to do that. It's going to be really difficult juggling all of these things, though, because I'm probably not going to have all that much time once I get a job and, get everything settled and whatnot. I'm also writing a story. I am a writer, and I was one of the best writers in my class when I was in middle school. I was the only student in my class to get an award for creative writing. Either that, or maybe I was the only student that really understood grammar really well. I have no idea, but I'm good at writing. I write fantasy stories, I write sci-fi stories, I write a bunch of stuff. I have 2 stories on pause that I had started sometime last year, and then I started up this one. This one is dedicated to a very special woman that I met back in March, and she's amazing, and I have dedicated this entire story to her. She is the reason why I'm writing this story. She is what is keeping me going and focused on this story. So if she watches this video, then yes, this is a shout out to you, and hopefully this is making you smile. So yeah, and that's what I've been doing with that. Let's see, what else can I throw in here? I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to take me to start recording and get everything up and going again, but I hope that it's not going to take forever. It probably won't, because I'm sure sometime I'll be able to find time to, make a review video of something or record a video or two of random gameplay videos. I have pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. One of the things I want to do with that is if they do have a multiplayer, I of course would like to do some multiplayer videos of that. The thing that strikes me as strange though is Ubisoft has this habit of releasing an Assassin's Creed game basically every year. And while I understand that, the series is popular and everything, I really hope that if they continue to do this, that the quality of their games doesn't drop, because it seems like they're rushing them. So far, I haven't heard anything about a multiplayer for Assassin's Creed Black Flag at all. So it's very possible that there may not be one. And if that's the case, that's fine. Because, Assassin's Creed 3 was worked on for several years. And it had multiplayer on it. And it just came out in October of last year. So it hasn't even been 6 months yet, I don't think. And if it has, well then I suck at math, I'm sorry. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Okay, so it has been 6 months. It's been like 7 months. But, when Assassin's Creed 4 comes out, it will be roughly, almost exactly a year since Assassin's Creed 3 came out. And if it comes with multiplayer, it's going to kind of suck, because then suddenly Assassin's Creed 3's multiplayer might be completely deserted, and then this multiplayer will have everybody on it. And the reason why I expect that is because that same exact thing happened with Assassin's Creed Revelations. When Assassin's Creed 3 came out, Revelations was deserted, and you couldn't find a game on there hardly at all, and if you did, you were lucky to run into any prestigious, because it seemed like the games you did find were filled with people who either A, just bought the game so that they could try Assassin's Creed for the first time, or B, were just sub-accounts and they felt like starting over fresh. So I have no idea which one it was. And you don't really have any control over the matchmaking in Assassin's Creed's multiplayer, so you either stick with who is in the game, or you leave and try to find another one. But even if you tried to find another one, the same thing would happen. So it didn't really matter. And, level doesn't really matter to most people in Assassin's Creed. In Brotherhood, the level cap is 50. But since Revelations came out, you can prestige, which means you can hit level 50 over and over and over again. And each time you do, you get a number inside of a gold star, and that's how many times you've prestiged. Well, I think the only thing about prestiging that really means anything is if you have a really, really high number, you're either boosting, you're too good at the game and you need to play something else, or you have virtually no life and it's the only game that you play. So, yeah, I'll admit that I'm guilty of playing Revelations almost non-stop, because I'm like an extremely high prestige on there, but I don't play it anymore. So, it all just depends. Let's see. I'm not really sure. My game collection has drastically shrunk. If there's something new out that I want, then I will just trade in a bunch of games to get it. I think it's easier that way, and then when I get more money later on, I get back the games that I traded in before, because, I'll want to play them again, and I'll have missed them, and, all that stuff. So it's like a vicious cycle for me. I get my games back, something new comes out, I trade in those games. Later on, I get them back again, something new comes out, I trade in the games again. I think I've traded in Resident Evil 6 about 3 times now. I still haven't gotten it back yet, but I suspect that when I do, it will probably be traded in. for something else, assuming the price hasn't dropped to like $1, because, you know, game prices, they're starting to drop really fast now. And I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this short. I know this video has gotten pretty long. We're hitting just over 25 minutes right now. But yeah, this is just kind of an update for the subscribers that I do have who are wondering why the hell I haven't been uploading anything. Well, now you know. And I'm going to try my hardest to get videos up as quickly as possible. I will probably end up re-recording the Silent Hill 2 videos that I'm going to be losing here pretty soon. I would back them up, but I don't know if I mentioned it already. I don't have anything to back them up on. The only memory USB thing that I have is a memory stick for Xbox, and I don't think there's enough space on there to hold these videos that I've already recorded at all. I mean, these memory sticks have like 2 gigs of memory, if that. And I don't know how much space these videos take up, considering that I'm recording with a webcam. So yeah, I'll just re-record them. It's not really a big deal at all. Plus I won't be lost and it'll take less time. So yeah, oh, another thing I wanted to mention is now that YouTube allows you to upload videos longer than 15 minutes, that means that my playthrough videos will be a little bit longer at the expense of not having as many parts as they should. And this is really going to help for really long games like Final Fantasy 13-2, and probably Lightning Returns. So it's going to help out. I mean, they're going to be longer, but I won't have to edit as many parts, so it'll make it easier, I think. So yes, for those of you that are still subscribed to me, thank you for sticking this out with me. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. And I promise that I will try to deliver more videos as quickly as possible to you guys as soon as I get settled. And hopefully you guys will stick around and wait and see what I have in store. I promise I'll try not to disappoint. For those of you who were probably going to unsubscribe, I'm sorry to see you guys go, but I do understand. I know I don't have very many subscribers right now, but hopefully in the future, once I get this channel up and going like it's supposed to be, I will, you know, I'll have it in the bag. And I'm doing this channel just for fun. I'm not trying to, like, make money. So yeah, I am going to stop this video now. Thank you guys for listening to this whole thing, almost 30 minutes. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye!